What's up, guys? So, I've been getting a lot of requests lately to do a video on the Saturn return. Everyone, or a lot of people following astrology has heard the term before. It's like a very kind of obvious, elementary term for anyone who's, anyone really. So what is a Saturn return? Why is it so important? Why do people talk about it so much? The first reason is that it is something that everyone goes through at the same time, at the same point in their life, at around 29.5 years. It varies a little bit for each person, but basically, it's so we're all born, with every planet, right? Like we're born at a certain moment, and that's our birth chart. So we're born and we have Saturn at a certain point in our chart. Like for me, it's like, 23 point something Saturn. So in time, and it's usually, like I said, 29.5 years, Saturn makes one full revolution around the chart and comes back to its natal position. So that's the Saturn return, right? We have lunar returns also, but the moon, it moves so fast from where we are on Earth, right? Because the moon sign changes every 2.5 days. We have a full moon every 28 days, or a new moon every 28 days. So we each, lunar return is another thing in astrology. So is a solar return. Solar return is something I do for my predictive astrology, and it tells you a lot about the qualities of your year. But the Saturn return is another level, because it's like, Saturn is the planet of karma. It's the planet of tough lessons, of reality, of like facing maybe what you don't always want to face. So this is kind of how I look at Saturn, right? It's people give it a bad rap. Let me get a little taste of my tea. It's gonna be probably like a 7-minute video or something. Oh my God, it's so fucking hot. Jesus, whatever. You got to drink your greens, guys. You got to find whatever works for you. I have this stuff I buy on Amazon. I can't remember the name. I've bought it for so long. It's called like green something. Just ask me if you're curious. It's how I stay healthy. It's how I stay looking young. No, it's not. It's not. If I could remember the name, it'd probably be good. It'd probably be a better showing for my memory. But anyways, okay. So Saturn return. So it returns to 29 to its original point. And this is when we are really becoming adults. So in our society, think about it. So there's one part about adulthood, there's another part about karma. So the part about adulthood is, like I remember reading in books like years ago, like a good metaphor that kind of exemplifies this is that it's like the guy who always dreamed of being like a superstar, fucking whatever, rock star, decides, you know what, that's not happening. It's not like a depressing time like that. But like if that's not in this karma in this lifetime, he decides to be like a music teacher. If the person who like you kind of come to reality, you kind of come to grips with like this is like what my life is, like a lot of the lofty ideals. And it's not like necessarily a time that's depressing, right? Because Saturn is your karma, so there's nothing depressing about your life or where you're at, because it's all based off of like what you decided as a soul before you were born. So like just because on a material level it doesn't match up. I know I'm really red, by the way. I just got out of like a workout and sauna and jacuzzi. I know my life's so fucking hard. But yeah, so like just because materially like it's not like things aren't the best for you, that doesn't mean that things aren't the best on like an emotional level and whatnot. So it's really different for everyone. So here's what I always say about Saturn. If you are playing within your rules, so I think of fate as like a circle. So imagine you're like, life is a video game, and there's like a circle around you, right? That's like the region of your fate. You're allowed to you have free will, but if you push it too much, like if I go out, let's say, and party like every night, like if I party like 3 times a week super hard for like a whole year, I'm pretty sure I get slapped in the face by, my karma, right? That's just an example. If I was super selfish and blah, 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 it's different for everyone, right? But really, it kind of, if you're playing within that arena, you're being a good boy, a good girl, kind of like Santa Claus energy, right? Saturn return doesn't have to be a bad thing, but sometimes it can take so many different forms. That's what's crazy about it. Like, and you never know what it's going to be. For some people, it's like they have to take care of like a aging mother, father, whatever, someone in their family, or even like someone their age, right? Someone might come into your life that's super karmic and based on past lives, and you'll have some like karmic, I can't remember English words. I speak like, French, Romanian, I can understand Spanish, I'm learning Russian, I'm like forgetting fucking words in English. I swear in like 10 years I'm going to be like forgetting so much English, but debacle? I don't fucking know. But anyways, the point is this. The point is simple. If you're good, if you're within your fate, the Saturn return isn't that bad, but it can bring, you know, something really unexpected, even if you've been good. People tend to really mature, which is why in ancient times, when astrology was synonymous with astronomy and science, people used to become adults, quote unquote, after the Saturn return, which is what it should be now, in my opinion. Think about how little people actually know about themselves on like a spiritual, emotional level until they get around their 30s. I mean, especially fucking males. Some males don't figure it out till, you know, even later. But a lot of them, you know, get a better idea in their 30s, you know, females, because they're able to express their emotions within their friend groups and lots of other stuff, have an easier time, typically in today's world. As is shown by science and tons of statistics that I don't know, but it's just obvious to say that women are more mature than men faster. We all know that shit. But, and that's probably why I keep going on these little tangents, why like younger women can be with older men, and I don't really think it's, I mean, it's possible. I guess the president of France is like his wife is like 20 years older than him, but maybe that's a political marriage. Who the fuck knows? Anyways, Saturn return. So we are working within our karma, and we have something that hits us that changes forever. If we're not like, you know, if we're doing things that are kind of countering like what our life and purpose is, we'll get slapped by that big hand. I spat. That was the Saturn spit. We'll get slapped by the hand of Saturn into position. It's not going to be pretty, and that's why a lot of people in mainstream astrology who don't, you know, really like understand it that well are very scared of the Saturn return, because they're like, oh no, but really it's a nice thing. If you're a good person, if you've been working on yourself, if you've been, you know, not like repressing the kind of spiritual work that you're here to do, which literally doesn't mean just meditating. It could be like admitting to a gambling problem, or like trying to become a better dad. You know, it's not anything like you know, that is like set. It's different for everyone. Then you might not have a difficult Saturn return. I know mine on an energetic level was pretty chill. I mean, I did have like someone, you know, come in that was extremely karmic, but like, you know, energetically it's way more fucked up for me now with like, I have like 7 super hard transits at the same time, including, I'm not gonna get into that, but it's way harder now than it was in Saturn return, at least on an energetic level. So also about Saturn return, you can expect to leave your Saturn return as a different person. Like, I know for me, I used to like go out a lot, and I still am always going to go out. I'm never going to like not go out, but like, you know, I could probably count on my hand this year how many times. Okay, well, there's like festivals where I go out like 3 or 4 days in a row, so it kind of fucks that up. But like, how many occasions? If you count one festival as one occasion, it's less than 10 that I've like, you know, partied, drank alcohol, all that shit. And it used to be pretty much every weekend for a long time. So that's kind of like how it shifted me, and there's a lot of other stuff too, like confidence. It goes deep. It's different for everyone. You have to look at like where Saturn's placed in your chart, and understand like what it's unlocking. For me, it's like 5th house, so it's like energy based off of like let's not get into it. Creativity basically, and confidence and fun. But like, it's never been really hard for me. It's more complicated. But anyways, okay. If I feel like I'm forgetting something, Saturn return, Saturn return, Saturn return, Saturn return. Yeah, so you become more your grown-up self, and oh yeah, big point, and I'll finish with this. So think about your life when up until the time that you are like you don't choose your family, right? So that's like karma is choosing like who your family is, who your dad is, who your mom is, your grandpa, grandma. You don't choose your neighbors. You don't choose who you go to kindergarten and grade school with. So, you know, ultimately, like, there's lots of fate that kind of plays into, like, who you associate with and even who you become friends with, right? Like, you're karmically tied to people. You have karmic contracts. And then when you're, you know, 20, you know, you probably, like, a lot of people are working different jobs. So it's different for everyone. But the point is that by the time you're 30, a lot of that choice is yours. Like, for me, I moved to Romania. Not that I don't have karma with people here, but, like, it's my choice. So you start to like have a lot more free will in your life, and the Saturn return is kind of like what's preparing you for that free will, for, you know, advancement in your life. And the way to understand your Saturn return and its meaning and more is to get a birth chart reading And after the birth chart reading, you can get current astrology readings every year to kind of see like what the energies are up to, and how they're affecting you in that current time, because everything's always changing. And you could have your a very similar chart to someone. God, I am so red. I'm as red as my shirt. But have completely different like current experience because of the transits. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. I hope this answers the questions. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. I'll happily answer anything. And yeah, let me know if anyone's interested in readings. I have some great offers available on my website. I still have like a sale going. I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of like in this Neptunian fog, but like I have a lot like that's making me better at astrology. Anyways, bye guys.